Dia tapi belum ini. Nanti aja. Nanti
Okey, boleh Dr. Citra?
Okay, thank you, doktor.
Sama.
Okay, boleh close. Nanti kita tunggu dulu.
So, saya stop sharing dulu.
Okay. Ini masuk baru 34 orang. Kita tunggu kejap lagi ya, doktor.
Boleh.
5 minit, 10 minit.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, doktor.
Sama.
Bapak Ibu dosen boleh share ke grup dan ingatkan bahwa kita sudah mulai. Boleh diberitahu kawan-kawannya juga untuk mahasiswa atau student boleh di chat ke WhatsApp. Silakan masuk, ditunggu untuk mulai kelas nih ya.
Lu mana yang buka bocor? Nggak jadi. Ini sih lu punya peserta.
Oke, seluruh peserta kalau boleh off-kan mikrofon ya ketika masuk, dan mahasiswa yang kelas Metaverse 1 dan 3 silakan absen di chat Zoom nih, ada link untuk absen, silakan isi yang sudah masuk untuk kelas Metaverse 1 dan Metaverse 3 ya.
Ripki, Bu.
Ya.
Ini kalau kamu ngomong, Assalamualaikum Ibu.
Kok belum mulai, lama amat lah.
Oke, kita tunggu sampai dengan sebentar lagi ya. 5 menit lagi kita akan mulai kelasnya. Mohon segera untuk masuk, kemudian close mikrofon ya.
Ya, siap. Baik. Ariko, so ganteng weh.
Mohon mahasiswa untuk tidak menghidupkan mikrofon ketika tidak diminta ya, karena akan mengganggu untuk kegiatan ini. Ya, oke, terima kasih. Mungkin kita mulai saja ya, sudah 69 orang. Oke, Dr. Salina boleh open kamera. Kemudian yang lain boleh buka kamera. Kalau sudah ada, saya bagi virtual background, silakan dipasang. Karena kita nanti akan berfoto juga bersama-sama. Saya mohon bantuan dari host ya, operator untuk foto nanti ketika time
Nggak usah lah,
foto.
Bu, saya ganteng.
Iya, oke. Nah, kemudian silakan di open bagi yang sudah punya virtual background, silakan dipakai, dipasang, karena acara akan kita mulai. Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. For all students and lecturers, Institut Bakti Nusantara, welcome to our session today. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Citra, and I will responsible for hosting as moderator in this session. And it's an honor for us to be able to discuss with Dr. Salina as keynote speaker today. And thank you for coming, Dr. Salina. Okay, you here?
Oh, yes, Dr. Chitra. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing knowledge and discussion today, Doctor.
Yes.
And today we can discuss about the accounting, especially in digital transformation. And the issue of digital accounting today is a great opportunities because Dr. Salina will give more lesson about accounting subject and about experience. And we believe that Dr. Salina has knowledge and experience in this field of work is great. Okay. Before we start to presentation, Dr. Salina, don't waste the time. I will give short profile about Dr. Salina. Wait. Dr. Salina, the full name is Dr. Salina Rasli from University of Selangor, and current position as senior lecturer, Faculty of Business and Accountancy, Doctor, University Selangor, and experience work from 2007 until now in University Selangor. And Dr. Salina has a background accounting subject, bachelor and master and PhD in University Selangor and Mara University, master ya dokter. And then teacher experience from 2020, right, doctor? Experience teaching, and then ongoing PhD student as supervision. Dr. Salina has 15 students. And then Dr. Salina also has grant research, several grant research, and several publications in index journal, Scopus, and international journal. And now we start the lesson from Dr. Salina regarding the digital accounting on digital era. And the management time is now 9:30 and 9:15 until 11:30. We have a presentation from Dr. Salina, and then the question and answer we have 11:30 until 12 o'clock. So we start the presentation. For all convenience of all participants today, we will use two languages, yeah, doctor. We use English and Malaysian or three language, Indonesia. So we hope that we can get optimal discussion. Jadi kita boleh menggunakan beberapa bahasa dalam kegiatan ini. Salah satunya adalah bahasa Inggris, kemudian bahasa Malaysia dan bahasa Indonesia. Jadi mahasiswa boleh untuk menggunakan beberapa bahasa, artinya kita tidak membatasi untuk bahasa Inggris saja. Untuk presentasi dari Dr. Salina akan disampaikan dalam bahasa Inggris. Ketika pertanyaan silahkan boleh menggunakan bahasa Indonesia dan akan saya moderate, artinya saya akan memberikan translate kepada Dr. Salina jika ada hal-hal yang membingungkan dengan bahasa. Jadi tidak usah khawatir, boleh secara oral dan boleh juga secara chat di box. Akan kami sediakan, silakan chat ketika nanti sudah mulai session pertanyaan. Nah, bagi seluruh peserta mohon untuk aktif, mohon untuk menyimak baik-baik, dan ini kegiatan ini kita recording sebagai dokumentasi dan sebagai untuk pembelajaran ketika nanti mungkin rekan-rekannya tidak bisa hadir pada hari ini. Oke, terima kasih dokter. Silakan boleh dimulai.
Insyaallah. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, let me share the slide first. Okay. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everyone. Okay. Okay, just now, Alhamdulillah, okay, thank you, Dr. Chitra, okay, inviting me as a guest lecturer for this morning lecture series, okay, in inviting from this institute, Bakti Nusantara, okay, Indonesia, okay. Thank you so much for this invitation, okay, from Dr. Chitra and the management of the institute, okay. And actually, I have been given, okay, the responsibility, okay, in order to share, okay, my knowledge, okay, or maybe I have some experience, okay, in accounting, okay, plus in auditing, okay, before I join, okay, as academician, okay, especially in University Selangor, okay, in Malaysia. Okay, and then the topic, okay, I'm trying, okay, to share this morning actually is on this title, okay, on the digital accounting for digital era, okay, and this one is my information. So I would like to introduce myself. Okay, I'm Dr. Salina Rasli, okay, from I'm one of the senior accounting lecturer from Faculty of Business and Accountancy, University Selangor, Malaysia. Okay, first of all, okay, I believe that, and I noticed that the student itself, okay, because normally my audience today is a student, okay, from this institute. So actually, you already has been exposed, okay, or maybe you already has been told, okay, um, uh, what maybe on what are the issues, okay, normally has been talking, okay, in the local or maybe in the global world, okay. And then I just proceed, okay, directly to the point, okay. And okay, sorry, because I thought, okay, so this one is my, okay, first page of my slide, okay. So this one, so actually for the student itself, actually you need to understand, okay, the terms, okay, or maybe the definition of this digital transformation, okay. And then because this digital transformation itself, actually it is a very important, okay, especially to the business, okay, because all the business processes itself, actually they need to engage by using these technologies, okay. And then because these kinds of technologies itself, actually it will help, okay. So normally it may create a new, or maybe this technology itself, okay, actually it may modify on these existing business processes, okay, or maybe what happened with the culture of the businesses, okay. And then plus normally the business itself, actually they wants to meet what are the expectation of the customer when they have, okay, or maybe after they receiving, okay, the services from the businesses, okay. Okay, by looking at this slide itself, actually this digital transformation itself, actually they already give a high impact, okay, to the various industry segment, okay. And then when we look at this diagram, okay, so actually from low or to the most level of the disruption of this digitalization itself, actually accounting and audit actually is become the most important industry need to be focused, okay, especially by the academician, okay, and then especially by the accounting profession, okay, especially the audit firm, okay, because like the academician itself or like the educator itself, actually they need to be alert, okay, or aware what are the new, or maybe what are the new changes, okay, relating with the business process, okay, of the organization itself, okay. Because this one actually they just do a comparison, okay, normally from the big law firm, okay, and then goes to the by having these kinds of consultation, okay, normally relating to the management of the company. So normally, this industry segment itself actually they focus more on this accounting and auditing. Okay, and because of that, okay, before this digital transformation itself, actually the theory, okay, the theory behind of this digital transformation itself actually reflected from this industrial revolution. Okay, and then from this diagram itself, actually they already give the information itself, actually the movement of the industry itself, because the industry, like the business itself, okay, actually they need to fulfill, okay, what are the requirement, okay, of the market, okay, when they engage with the business, especially for the local requirement, okay, like Malaysia or Indonesia, or maybe like a global, okay. And then starting 1984, okay, up to this, okay, today's like especially to this industrial revolution 4.0 itself, actually the business itself, okay, actually they moving forward, okay, to implement these kinds of to have these kinds of network, okay, or maybe they are particular about the what are the cyber system, okay, actually they need to adopt, okay, in their business, okay, because of previously itself, actually in accounting especially, because the business itself actually they have their own data, the business data, okay, and then the data itself actually need to be processed, okay, because of the data itself actually it can provide, okay, a value added to the business, okay, especially we notice that the business itself actually they may have their own stakeholder, okay, the stakeholder internal and external, where this internal of the stakeholder of the business itself, like the manager, okay, or maybe the leader, okay, they need to do some investment, okay, on these technologies, okay, because of the requirement, okay, or maybe because of the changes, okay, in this industrial, okay. And before that, okay, by looking at this diagram itself, actually this industrial revolution, okay, especially in 3.0 itself, actually they the business processor itself, actually especially the data, they just using these kinds of computer, okay, and any kinds of electronic in order to ensure that, okay, the business process itself actually can be proper, can be done in a proper way, because of the stakeholder, especially the shareholder of the company itself, actually they are expecting the information, okay, especially from the financial statement, okay, or maybe from the annual report of the company itself is transparency, okay, and then meaning that it must be ensured that, okay, normally all the business transaction itself actually the management, okay, already accountable, okay, for the recording, okay, and then the last process in the accounting itself, actually they need to prepare for the report, okay. So this one, okay, so normally what are the theory, okay, behind of this digital transformation. Okay, a part of the history of the accounting itself, okay, the evolution of the accounting actually from the past, okay, present and future itself, actually they are starting in the 15th century, okay, and then I believe that the student itself, actually you already know who are the father of the accounting. So the name is Luca Pacioli. So this person itself, actually he already established, okay, the language of the business, okay, and then after that they come up, okay, with modern bookkeeping, okay. So this bookkeeping itself, actually they are related with the business transaction, okay, or maybe they are related with the business event. So normally the business actually they need to keep, okay, all the data, okay, maybe they need to keep all the information for the purpose of the users, okay, of the financial statement, Okay, and then they move forward to the 19th century. Okay, where the first accounting organization has been established in New York. Okay, in 1887. Okay, and then this first accounting firm actually they converted. Okay, so or maybe they transform. Okay, to become a accounting profession, and then they come up with this American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, or the short name is AICPA. Okay, because normally in accounting itself, actually all the members, okay, when especially the graduated student, okay, after they are completed their study itself, actually they need to become of this accounting professional body. Okay, because all over the world, okay, like UK, okay, like US, even Malaysia or Indonesia itself. Like Malaysia myself, actually, I'm one of the chartered accountant, okay, under the Malaysian Institute of Accountant, okay, because the purpose is itself actually in order to ensure that, okay, this professional accounting itself actually they are following, okay, what are the accounting okay, sorry, need to refer because sorry, it's okay, because the accounting itself actually they need to prepare this financial report. Then plus of that, okay, this professional accountant, okay, actually they need to understand what are the code of ethic. Okay, normally like MIA by law, like MIA, so actually they already have their own framework, okay, where all the Malaysian accounting profession itself, actually they need to have this kinds of good ethic, okay, because of the accountant, okay, because we should understand, okay, the role of the accountant, okay, and then the role of the auditor, okay, of the in the business, okay. And because just now I mentioned that about the ethic, okay, because the ethic of the accounting itself, actually they need to understand with on this 5 fundamental principle, okay, like the accounting itself must be have this kinds of integrity, ethics, okay, integrity meaning that he or she, okay, need to be has this kinds of straightforward and honest, okay, when they do, okay, especially the auditor when they do the audit, okay, because the auditor itself actually they need to examine, okay, by looking on the fairness, okay, on the fairness, or by looking at the fairness, or maybe by looking at the is it, okay, the financial, okay, information that has been disclosed, okay, in the financial statement is correct, okay, correct meaning that it may give right, okay, information to the users of the financial statement, because this user itself actually they need to make their decision, okay, so the decision in terms of maybe in terms of like the shareholder, okay, they wants to make new investment, okay, or maybe to the government itself, actually they wants to
Ngomongnya bahasa Inggris ya? Operator mohon untuk membantu. Oke.
okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay. Okay, just now, okay, because the example just now, okay, because the decision itself actually like the government, actually they are particular about, especially the government, okay, when we relate with the business itself, actually they need to know, okay, how much the profit of the company itself, or maybe the individual, okay, the individual, especially the income, okay, of the person. So normally every country itself, actually they the person or maybe the company itself, actually they need to pay for the tax. Okay, so that one actually it depending to the purpose, okay, why the user itself actually they need to have this kinds of a very transparent, okay, of the financial reporting of the company. So that's why, okay, this accounting firm, or maybe the accounting organization itself, actually it may help to okay, they may help to assist, okay, this professional accountant, okay, to have this kinds of a good ethic. Okay, when we look in for this 20th century itself, especially in 1978, okay, they come up with a spreadsheet program, okay, because if I'm not mistaken, okay, during my intern, okay, during my my experience as auditor, okay, in one of the audit firm in Malaysia itself, actually the business itself, actually they need to prepare this financial statement, okay, a part of the accounting, okay, the financial reporting, okay, because this financial reporting itself, actually they consist, like for example, like we have these kinds of the profit and loss, okay, because the profit and loss account itself, actually they contain this kinds of information like revenue and expenses, okay, and then plus for the balance sheet, okay, maybe the new name is they call it as a financial position, okay. From that balance sheet of or the financial position itself, actually it will tell the information about what happened with the company asset, okay, and then what happened with the liabilities, and then what happened with the equity, or maybe the capital of the business, okay. And then this spreadsheet program itself, actually, like previously, okay, from my experience, actually the audit firm, okay, or maybe the company, actually they does not have a proper accounting system, okay. So basically, actually they everything, okay, the recording, the recording, or maybe the reporting part, actually they are done manually, okay, manually, meaning that they just have this kind the computer, okay, and then from the computer itself, actually they just use this Microsoft Office like Words, okay, Excel, okay, and then they just key in whatever the information they want, okay, from that Microsoft Office, okay, like previously, okay, like okay, under the revenue, okay, for the sales, okay, for the sales of the good, or maybe for the sales of the services provided by the business itself, actually we need to record, so that, but that one is part of the accounting, okay. And then previously, actually the company itself, okay, or maybe the business, actually they need to design, okay, what are the features, okay, of their sales invoices, okay. So normally they need to create, okay, what and then after that they need to submit, okay, that documentation, okay, to the other company, okay, especially to this digital company, okay, to have this kinds of the okay, or maybe this documentation itself, actually we can get from the market, okay. So that one is considered, that documentation is that one is has been already been sold, okay, in the market, okay. So that one, the documentation in the accounting, okay. But when we relate with the, because this one they are related with the accounting process, okay, but because in accounting itself, okay, the flow of the accounting, actually the process, actually the work itself, okay, actually they are starting from A to Z, meaning that A starting from the documentation, okay, and then after that the accountant need to record, need to summarize, and then after that they come up with a report, okay. And then that one is the role of the accountant, okay. And then the accounting itself, actually they do this, the responsibility is on the behalf of the management, okay. So that one from the accounting side, okay. When we relate with the auditing, okay, auditing itself, actually the auditor, okay, the person in charge to do for the audit itself, actually the process itself, actually they will do this kinds of backward process, meaning that from the report, okay, from the financial report itself, actually the auditor need to examine, okay, especially on the how the management recognize the asset, okay, and then after that how the management measure the company asset, and then they will ensure that they will check, okay, the the easy language, okay, the easy term, okay, in order to understand the term, okay, and then after that they want to know how the auditors actually they wants to check, okay, how the presentation and disclosure of that as the company asset on the financial report of the company. Okay, so this one they talking about the spreadsheet program. Okay, and then after that they come up with the various of accounting software, okay, and auditing software. And then at last, okay, in the 21st century, okay, like US company, okay, they come up with this QuickBook. Okay, so this QuickBook actually they are the combination, okay, especially for the audit trail, okay, double entries and other security enhancing item, okay, and then because this one actually they charter this kinds of QuickBook itself actually in order to fulfill the what according to the specific industry, okay, especially in United States. Okay, they want, so this one just the evolution of the accounting. So this one just now I already mentioned, okay, the definition of accounting. So this one, hopefully the student you already understand, okay, the process from A to Z. So that one is the accounting, okay, and then the accounting itself actually the process, okay, you should know what are the business cycle, okay, normally the accounting itself need to understand, okay, or even the auditor, because in general, okay, the business cycle of the business cycle actually they may have this 5 cycle, okay, like purchases, okay, sales, okay, and inventory, okay, payroll, okay, and then the last one is finance, because each of the cycle itself actually they are interrelated, okay, each other, okay. So that's why by having this kinds of digital, okay, digitalization, okay, in the accounting itself, actually it may help, okay, the company okay, to help the company, okay, to in order because this digital itself actually it can save the cost, okay, and then the time, okay, for the processing, okay, in order to have this kinds of report, okay, because normally the management, okay, especially the top management itself, actually they sometimes, okay, sometimes or maybe they sometimes they required, okay, the information, okay, or maybe the data, okay, on spontaneously, okay, and then normally this digitalization itself actually normally the stakeholder, okay, like the manager, okay, maybe the top management, actually they need to have this kinds of the valid data, okay, the valid data for the purpose of in order to prepare for the budget, okay, in order um to prepare maybe for in order to prepare for what are the what are the prices, okay, the price of the product of the company. So meaning that everything must be this digitalization itself, actually everything must it can be done in the form of in a real time process. Okay, so this one is the accounting, because they focus about this one communication. Okay, communicate about the economic information. Okay, to the users. Okay, so this one this definition of accounting itself is very important. Okay, before we understand, okay, why the accounting people, okay, they need to understand, okay, the importance of this digital digitalization, or maybe by having this kinds of smart technologies, okay, because this smart technology itself actually they require, okay, the business itself, okay, like the industry, okay, maybe like the audit firm itself, actually they should have this kinds of internet of thing, okay, or maybe they should have this kinds of internet of system, okay, and then they should have this kinds of internet of the physical cyber, because um when the person, okay, or maybe when the student itself actually when they engage okay, with this digital accounting itself, actually, um, they may shape, okay, the future of by providing, okay, for the job a new description, and sometimes they may require what are the skill, okay, that normally related to this digital accounting, especially accounting and audit. Okay, because in accounting itself, actually, when the business itself already prepared that the report, and then after that the auditor already come up with this independent auditors report, okay, okay, and then after that, from that audited financial statement itself, actually, um, the company, okay, need to compute, okay, how much of taxation that they need to pay, okay, especially to the government, okay, and then after that, because the assessment, okay, the assessment, or maybe the valuation, okay, the evaluation of the asset, for example, okay, when we compare asset of the company, okay, actually in the accounting itself, actually, um, we just have this kinds of providing, okay, the depreciation of the asset, okay, but when it's come to the taxation, actually the assessment itself, actually, for the taxation purposes itself, actually the asset, the assessment itself actually totally different, okay, to when we compare with the accounting nature, okay, and then the accounting itself, actually, it is a form of structural component, okay, and then normally this digital accounting itself, actually, they will integrate, okay, they need to integrate with the smart technology. Okay, so normally the company, okay, maybe the university, okay, or maybe the audit firm itself, actually, they need to uh, have a good, or maybe have a proper equipment, okay, like computer, okay, like the internet, okay, or maybe what are the software, okay, and then especially the person, okay, the person who are involved with that kinds of job or task. So actually, the every people, okay, when they are talking about this, okay, when they are talking about this digital accounting itself, actually, the company itself, actually, they need to spend a lot of money, especially for this technology investment, okay, because the technology itself, actually, they keep changes, okay, especially like our handphone, our smartphone, okay. So actually, we can compare, okay, what are the, maybe what are the software, okay. Normally this technology itself, actually, already provided, okay, to the company, okay, maybe to the human, okay, or the people, plus to the society, okay, especially in accounting and auditing, okay. This person, okay, there is a one study, okay, because normally all my material are just referring to the article, okay, and then the article itself, actually, they already do some research, okay, and then he mentioned that, okay, USCO 2020 already mentioned this automation of accounting information system, actually, using with this industry 4.0 technology, actually, it will contribute on what, on this real-time access to information and security. So security itself, actually, normally the company, okay, they are very particular about the confidentiality, okay, and then about the privacy, okay, and then about the integrity of their data, okay, meaning that especially, for example, okay, when the auditor, okay, do the audit, okay, when because this one, the 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 demand, okay, for this digital itself, actually, the push factor, okay, the audit firm itself need to upgrade the system because of the COVID-19, okay, because of that COVID-19 itself, actually, the auditor cannot physically, okay, exist, okay, or do the examination come over to the places of the company, okay, and then because of the COVID-19, okay, all the businesses, okay, and then even the government, even the country, and the government itself, they already not allowed, they cannot allow the people to go anywhere, okay, because of that health crisis, okay. And then because of the information itself, actually because even the health crisis is going on, okay, but from the perspective of the accounting itself, again, and auditing, so actually the report just now, okay, the report, okay, of the company, it must be audited. Okay, and then the auditor, for example, actually when in order to check about the inventory, or maybe about the stock of the company, okay, actually they previously actually they will come over to the company, and then they will do some observation, okay, on how by looking on the process of the inventory, okay, or maybe the audit itself actually may inquiry, okay, with the storekeeper, okay, who are responsible who manage, okay, for the monitoring, okay, for the inflow and outflow of the inventory of the company, okay. But because of COVID-19, okay, this digitalization itself, actually the audit firm itself, actually they come up with these kinds of by having these kinds of online audit, or meaning that they are forced to have these kinds of IT audit, okay, meaning that IT audit, meaning that they can look, okay, they can look what happened, okay, what happened with the process, okay, with the stock, or maybe with the inventory of the company by using a drone, okay. And then, or maybe because when we compare, just now when the auditor using this drone, okay, or maybe the company itself prepared this kinds of video, okay, in recording what happened with the process of the inventory of the company itself, actually sometimes this video itself, actually the management can manipulate the data, or maybe the company itself, actually they can manipulate the data, or maybe they can edit, okay, the information, okay, from the original, okay, maybe after they re-edit, okay, maybe they do some changes from this original information, and then as a end users, okay, of that information itself, actually we don't know, okay, either that information is correct or not, okay, because as an accountant itself, actually they have this kinds of professional skepticism, okay, meaning that skepticism itself, actually they wants to know, okay, in detail, okay, they will keep queries, okay, what happened, okay, with the transaction of the company, okay, especially that COVID-19, okay, because the auditor itself, actually they cannot do manually the audit, okay, during that time, okay. Even from my experience, okay, my student, okay, just sharing their knowledge, okay, during the COVID-19, okay, especially when they go for the internship, okay, because of the information is privacy and confidential to the business, okay, and then we notice that data itself actually is the property of the auditor, okay, and then the auditor itself, actually they need to have this kinds of professional competence and due care, meaning that the auditor itself cannot be easily, okay, in order to release the information to the other audit members, okay, like my intern student, okay, last time my student need to extend, okay, his internship period, okay, because of that COVID-19, because of this one, real-time access, okay, real-time access, okay, because not all the data, okay, or maybe not all the documentation of the business itself actually the auditor can access immediately, okay. So normally, even they have these kinds of like software, okay, but maybe some information itself actually the audit firm, okay, maybe the manager or maybe the partner, okay, won't allow, okay, this intern student, okay, this intern student to access, okay, on the information of the company, because we know that that information itself actually maybe maybe sometimes because of the personal purposes, or maybe for the personal interest itself actually the person may misuse, okay, the data of the company. So that's why by having this digital, actually they will prepare these kinds of alert system, okay, meaning that when somebody, okay, because you maybe can imagine, okay, okay, like when before we want to use the information of the company, okay, or maybe you want looking for the any information of the company, actually the computer itself, actually every person, okay, they should have their own what password, okay, password before they can access the computer of the company, okay, because different person, okay, they normally the company itself actually they will give their own very unique numbers, okay, before they can access the information, okay, because for the security purposes, okay, because when this data is lacking, okay, actually it will give some problem, okay, to the business, okay, as well as to the auditor, because the auditor itself actually they already has been given the authority, okay, in order to cap, okay, all the information of the company. Okay, and then this digital accounting, okay, or maybe the digital accounting, or maybe the digital auditing, digital taxation, okay, or maybe digital management accounting itself actually uh, maybe the business, okay, maybe the business like the leader, okay, maybe the accountant, okay, they need to understand, okay, the pro and con having this kinds of digitalization, okay, because this one actually Excel, okay, sorry, they already mentioned this process itself actually it will executed faster and will have actually they can gain with a greater, okay, transparency, okay, of the maybe of the business process, maybe in the form of the information, the reporting, okay, and maybe the person, maybe especially the person in charge. So this one, okay, I just forward with by looking at this, what are the component of accounting information system, okay, why I choose this one, okay, because accounting itself actually just now we need to record, okay, and then the information itself actually it should have a very systematic uh, systematic tools, okay, in order this accounting information itself actually can be accessed in the real time, okay, and then we are normally the business, okay, they are particular about the security of this accounting information, okay, by looking at this diagram, okay, or by looking at this component of the accounting information system, okay, even I believe that, okay, your teachers, okay, maybe your lecturer, okay, or maybe the student, you already take this paper, okay, maybe this topic is one of your course at your university, okay, so they try to explain, okay, so having this accounting information system actually the first part, okay, the business, okay, should have this hardware, okay, all the devices, okay, for the accounting information system like the computer, okay, and then the data itself actually need to be stored, okay, in which by using what kinds of storage, okay, maybe just using this Google Drive, okay, or maybe just using this hard disk, okay, or maybe just using these kinds of CD, okay. But from my experience, okay, when I interview my student, okay, during the intern, nowadays, okay, normally all the accounting firm, okay, they does not use any these kinds of manual system in audit, okay, meaning that all the documentation, like for the evidence in audit, okay, like when the auditor already collecting the evidence from the payroll, okay, about the payroll of the company, okay, and then the team of the audit team of the audit firm itself, they can share, okay, the report, okay, or maybe the documentation itself by using this Google Drive, because that Google Drive itself actually the person itself, okay, the accountant or the auditor, they need to place that information, okay, using the Google Drive, meaning that every person should have their own verified email, because the email itself is actually the company email, okay, the company email actually they because the company wants to control, okay, about the information, so everything they just pop in, okay, all the information using the Google Drive. So this one, by looking at this component, okay, they should have person, okay, the people inside, okay, who responsible, okay, managing this accounting information system. Okay, this one, the information system infrastructure, just now I already mentioned, the computer, the software, okay. So this one, the software. So this one is more on hardware. Okay, so normally physically, what kinds of the facilities, okay, need to be provided, okay, by the company. And then the software, okay, because like accounting itself, for example, for the recording part, okay, for the process in producing this financial report, normally the company may use these kinds of like SQL, okay, UBS, Mayo, okay, Mr. Accounting, okay, because that software itself actually they can help, okay, the person like the accountant, or maybe the account executive, okay, maybe the account clerk, okay, they can just key in, okay, whatever the data they already has been sorted, okay, from the business transaction, okay, because I believe that you already learned, okay, about the like accounting software like SQL, because that accounting software itself actually they have their own different folder, okay, like because that accounting software that has they actually the software they already been created based on the 5 business cycle that I just mentioned just now, okay. So normally they may have this kind
Wait, dokter.
okay,
Kejap.
okay, so
Operator boleh maaf. Operator boleh set microphone. Wait, dokter.
it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that one is normal, okay, because this one is considered is a online
Isinya perasaan cowok semua yang ngomong.
okay. Maybe the student they are not have a lot of question, okay, regarding on these issues, okay. Maybe that one later we can discuss, we can share later, okay. And then data itself,
Akhir acara lihat tolong Pak Jen.
Pak Jen,
Zoom.
Ya, gitu nggak?
Itu suara.
Okay,
Nanti
kejap.
akhir acara lihat tolong.
Wait. Operator, Pak Jin, boleh cepat
Sampai lo.
Okay.
okay, alhamdulillah, okay, thank you, because yesterday I just
Sorry, dokter.
kinds of webinar online, okay, and I just handle for the technical part, okay, and then suddenly when there is some noise from the participant, okay, because I'm the host of that webinar, so I can mute, okay, the participant, okay, because this one is
Yeah.
when I check at this chat box, okay, or maybe when I check the list of the participant today, so I'm very impressed, okay, because your student actually they has a very good interest in order to join this morning online lecture series, okay. So this one we have
Yeah. Okay.
almost 155.
Oh, wait, Dr. Salina, boleh agak lambat sikit bahasa
Oh, lambat.
English
Oh,
because
sorry,
yeah,
saya. Yeah,
sikit.
sorry, okay.
Yeah. Because participant maybe not understand quickly the
Okay.
English speaking. Okay.
Okay.
Lambat-lambat boleh. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Sorry, Dr. Chitra and the student, because I already set my mind, okay, because the presentation I need to talk
Okay.
English.
Yeah, international. Okay, Malaysian student. This is Indonesia student.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chitra. Okay. 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 I will do my lecture slowly. Okay. Okay. Inshallah. Okay. Okay. I just proceed. Okay. I just continue. Okay. On by looking at this component of accounting system of the accounting information system. Okay. Because just now I already mentioned, you already know about data. Okay, data itself actually is has been structured. They has been divided into two. Okay, the first one is structured, and then the second one is unstructured. Okay, maksudnya meaning that data tu I just give a very basic example. Okay, about data. Currently, okay, like last week, okay, Malaysia already go for the election, okay, for Malaysian election, okay, and then in order to know the information about the person, okay, who are entitled can go for the election, okay. So normally this SPR, okay, Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya, okay, they already have that structured data, okay, from this Jabatan Pendaftaran Negara, okay, because like every person they have when they have this kinds of when they have this new birth, kelahiran baru, okay, and then they need to register, daftarkan kelahiran anak tu, okay, dekat situlah, okay. So that one contoh, okay, example for the structured data. Unstructured meaning that there is a combination, okay, because structured more on figures, okay, values, but for the unstructured actually they more on having this kind the combination, okay, figures and image, like this one lah, like this one, but here I just have this kinds of image, just having a photo, okay, a diagram, okay. So normally from that data itself actually the accountant, okay, or maybe the auditor actually they need to what? They need to transcribe. Maksudnya dia perlu terjemahkan, okay, data tu consists of what kinds of information. So that one lah, okay. And then the second last component is established procedures. Procedures meaning that what kinds of the procedures actually they are related with the activities, okay. They say what kinds of the process, okay, the process of the activity, okay, meaning that the procedures like I just take a simple example, okay, procedures in the business, okay, in the business like job recruitment, okay, because recruitment is under payroll, okay. So payroll is under human resource department, okay. The procedures before the company wants to recruit, okay, this person, okay, to become the members of the company. So actually the company may share the advertisement about the vacancy, okay, the procedures, okay, and then after that, that advertisement itself actually they will give the detail, okay, what kinds of the criteria, okay. Let's say the university like Unicel, okay, maybe the Institute Nusantara looking for a new lecturer, okay. So they will tell, okay, what are the requirement, okay, to become a accounting lecturer in Institute Nusantara. Okay, the procedures actually, yeah, actually they tell about okay, the what are the stage, okay, need to be take, okay, when the person, okay, involved with the apa, with the process, okay, contohlah, okay, itu adalah example procedures, because procedure itself actually it can be from internal side or maybe from the external side. Okay, procedures maybe depending what are the policies, okay, or maybe what are the requirement, or maybe what are the regulation, okay, involved, okay, when certain activities, okay, need to be conducted, okay, by the people inside of the business. So that one. Okay. And then the last part is internal control. So internal control ni dalam bahasa Melayu dia adalah kawalan dalaman. Okay, macam tadi contoh kan, contoh. For example tadi bising kan, bising, contoh. Okay. And then, okay, contoh Dr. Citra, normally, okay, suddenly I have that kind of example, internal control. So normally when there is a lot of interruption, okay, during this online lecture, okay, and then the host, okay, maybe the person in charge for the technical part, okay, so actually they can mute, okay, the button for the participant, okay, who give this kinds of interruption, okay, during this online lecture, okay, maybe during this online class, okay, so that one is internal control, okay, and then or maybe just now when I looking at this program, okay, before the program start, okay, one of the internal control done by the university, they already told, okay, what are the procedures, okay, before we start this program, okay. So normally the student need to tick their attendance, okay, and then the lecturer need to take their attendance, okay, in order to ensure that all the students come, okay, to this online lecture, for example. So that one is that kinds of the combination, okay, of the procedures and internal control, because I believe that the internal control when the lecturer taking the attendance of the student, actually it depends. It can be manually attendant, okay, or maybe it can be by using these kinds of digitalization, okay, like Unicel, okay, like Unicel, we have our own software, okay, for the e-learning, like TCMS, okay. So that one TCMS actually this one the software, okay, the software. So meaning that all the student actually they need to log in, okay, their e-learning portal, and then after that the lecturer already set, okay, the date and then the session. Normally the student need to think about their attendance, so that one they implement with these kinds of digitalization, so that one everything they are using online, okay. So normally this kinds of process actually the student can do in anywhere. So macam sekarang ni kan kita tengah online, okay, saya rasa semuanya berada di rumah masing-masing, and then pastikan you must ensure that your internet connection is good. Itulah. So this one is about the accounting information system. When we relate, okay, I just give the comparison between manual, the traditional way, and by using this digitalization. So this one the component, because this one I think this one is very important. Okay, so this one is auditing. Okay, I believe that the student already take this course audit. Okay, audit. So audit normally why the financial statement of the company need to be audited, because of the business, okay, or maybe the stakeholder they are looking for the because the auditor need to provide this assurance services. Assurance maksudnya perkhidmatan dalam not to give, because the auditor itself is not a guarantor. Okay, it's not a guarantor. Maksud guarantor ni bukannya pemberi jaminan lah. Okay, nanti saya tengok soalan-soalan kat situ. Okay, not a guarantor. In order to ensure that everything, all the information provided in the financial statement is correct.
304, 308.
Okay, and then we noticed that this auditor itself actually to provide this kinds of reasonable assurance, okay, about whether the financial statement are free from material misstatement. So this one very broad. Okay, need to be discussed. Okay, free from material misstatement, because the business they may have this kinds of unethical problem. Okay, like the members of the company, okay, they engage with the fraud. Okay, fraud to penipuan. Okay, or maybe the person who in charge for the certain activities of the business, they do some error. Okay, and then these kinds of error, fraud actually is part of the risk of the company. Okay, risk maksudnya risiko lah, because sometimes this itself actually it can have a benefit. Okay, and then sometimes it can have disadvantages. Okay, to the business. Okay, so this one, and then normally in audit, okay, for your information, actually we have two types of audit. Okay, external audit. So external audit just focus on the compliance and financial statement audit. Internal audit just focus on the compliance and the operation of the company. So operation, they are related with the internal control. Nampak tak? So this one you can look at this one lah, fraud risk. Okay, so that one. And then this one they show the diagram. Okay, about the human machine teamwork. Okay, because digitalization, okay, digital, okay, actually they need a combination of human and machine. Okay, the teamwork. Okay, like previously, like human activity, we just have these kinds of normally the auditor just having these kinds of judgmental principle, judgmental, based on judge. Okay, or maybe lead. Okay, leading by giving instruction, okay, to the members of the auditee, okay, in the audit firm, on how to do the audit. So that one is just on the how the human interact, okay, with the other people, okay, to do the activities of the business. Okay, and then human machine hybrid activities, actually this combination human and machine. Okay, so normally when it comes with this digitalization, okay, normally the company, okay, need to provide some training, okay, in order to ensure that the employees, okay, they have this kinds of skill, okay, or maybe knowledge, okay, when they are when they engage with this digitalization. Okay, so they want example. Okay, and then when it comes with the machine activity, this machine like the computer, okay, just now I mentioned about the Excel, okay, they just do about on the by having this kinds of the prediction, because the prediction itself actually in accounting or maybe to the auditor, sometimes they need to have this kinds of ratio analysis. So ratio analysis itself actually they just key in all the figures, okay, in the Excel, and then after that they just create the formula. Okay, from the formula itself actually they can come up what are the values, okay, from that calculation. Okay, because the auditor itself actually they need to perform with these kinds of need to assess, okay, need to check, okay, by looking at the about, because they wants to know about the performance, okay, about the liquidity, because they wants to identify is there any fluctuate, okay, about the maybe about the expenses, okay, about the sales, okay, of the company because of just now fraud risk just now. Okay, that one. And then this one, digital competencies. Okay, so this one especially for the future accountant. Okay, by looking at this photo. Okay, why we have this robot, not human. Okay, and then we have this kinds of the calculator, because this robotic, okay, maybe they are related with the AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, because this artificial intelligence itself actually, the human, okay, the people itself actually, they should have this kinds of digital knowledge. Okay, especially the accountant itself actually nowadays, okay, they should to have they should have a basic knowledge on how to do a coding. Okay, normally the coding itself just we just pass over that that duty, okay, or maybe that kinds of expert to this IT person. But nowadays, because of digitalization accounting, the accountant or maybe the auditor, they should have this digital knowledge, okay, especially like about the software, okay, about the internet, okay, about the cyber security, okay, and then the second part is about the information management, how the future accountant need to they should know how to manage the information. Okay, just now I already mentioned. Okay, the audit firm, okay, they prefer to use this Google Drive, okay, in order to delegate, okay, all the about the client information, okay, during the audit. Okay, and then the third one is about personal digital communication. Okay, so this one how they communicate, like nowadays we have these kinds of Skype, okay, we have these kinds of WeChat, we have these kinds of Telegram, okay, and then WhatsApp, because through WhatsApp or Telegram actually we can have these kinds of online discussion, or maybe we can have these kinds of online meeting. Okay, so we should have this personal digital communication, meaning that the person, maybe like the educator, like the accountant, they should know how to use that what that communication software, like WhatsApp, okay, Telegram or Skype, or maybe any kinds of platform. Okay, and then collective digital communication, so how they collect, okay, all the information by using this digital during the communication. Okay, and then after that they should have this kinds of online collaborative learning, like today we have a collaborative like from University Selangor and with Institute Nusantara Bakti Nusantara, sorry. Okay, and then how we collaborate having these kinds of online learning. Okay, because learning itself not just for the education purposes, okay, not for the higher learning institution, but for the other types of business activities, okay, like bank, okay, maybe like uh, uh, like hotel, okay, because different industry itself actually they need communicate, okay, about their data, okay, about the company data. And then the last part they touch about competencies, especially the leadership should have these kinds of knowledge about online knowledge. Okay, so this one the competency. Maksudnya competency ni pengetahuan lah. Okay, plus skill. And then this one is the comparison. So actually from this part, actually you can identify, okay, the differences, okay, of the skill. Okay, actually they already compare into the before 2018 what kinds of skill, okay, and then the trending of the skill. Okay, so actually you can compare, like nowadays, okay, we should have the auditor or maybe the accountant should have this kinds of analytical thinking and innovation, creativity, okay, should have this kinds of complex problem solving, okay, yang inilah. Okay, but there is a declining, okay, starting in 2022, because no more the people itself no need to memorize, okay, all the like accounting standard, okay, because everything they just Google, okay, or maybe they just open whatever documentation that they store in which location, maybe using the under maybe they kept the information in their email, Google Drive, okay, any kinds of storage. So actually these kinds of manual storage of documentation become declining. Okay, no more meaning that we are going for the paperless. Okay, paperless maksudnya tak ada kertas dah. Tu masuklah kat situ digitalization. And then this one is the what are the potential current and future skill required. So actually we have two types of skill, technical and social. So technical, like where this future accountant itself, actually they should have this kinds of like basic of coding. Okay, fintech. So fintech, like the financial institution, actually they move forward. Like nowadays, every single transaction that related with the bank, we just click on the button from our handphone. Meaning that when we want to do transfer of money, or maybe you want do some pop up of our data, okay, for our telephone data. So the bank itself, actually they are moving forward for having this kinds of fintech software knowledge. Social, like normally the future accountant should have this kinds of strong communication. Okay, just now I mentioned about the risk management. Okay, risk management, they are related with the risk of the business, like operational risk, okay, liquidity risk, credit risk, okay, maybe risk related with the governance, okay, of the company. So this one actually there is an article, okay, they mention in detail, okay, about this potential skill. Okay, and then this one I just share with you two case study. Okay, one from the PwC, and then the other one is from Deloitte. Okay, because of the the demand of this digitalization. Okay, like PwC, okay, they provide these kinds of digital accelerator program. Okay, and then they already have these kinds of program in 2018. Okay, and then the objective is they want to train their employees by having these kinds of in-house training. Okay, by looking at these three area of the digital, like data analytic. Okay, data analytic meaning that how, because of the data itself actually is, the volume itself is too large, and then sometimes it is difficult to access. Okay, so normally this auditor, okay, in this big four firm, okay, so they need to know how to manage, okay, with the data. Okay, because that one just on the term. Okay, and then automation and AI. AI is stand for the artificial intelligence. So this one they already, okay, what kinds of, okay, and then the courses they provided, like having these kinds of data cleansing, blockchain is these kinds of where the audit firm, especially the audit firm, have this kinds of digital distributed digital ledger. Okay, ledger meaning that every department, okay, can access that document online. Okay, because this blockchain itself, actually they stress by having these kinds of decentralization. Maksudnya tidak berpusat pada satu lah. Maksudnya every department dalam company tu boleh access. Okay, so that one for the block change. Okay, so this one is the example. But for the Deloitte, okay, they just provided with this blockchain lab because they want to test, because they want to do some research and development. Okay, by having this kinds of distributed digital ledger. Okay, is there any problem, okay, when they attach with these kinds of digital accounting information? Okay, so that one. And then this one I just give the example, okay, because of the digital itself, actually it may have a disruption. Okay, like nowadays, okay, like here, okay, there is a lot of what the activities, okay, has been happen, okay, like just now I already mentioned, okay, for the conversation, or maybe for the network communication, okay, especially for the uh, among actually we just use Skype or WeChat. Okay, ini adalah contoh lah. Like nowadays, we no need to go to the cinema. Okay, tengok wayang kan, nak tengok filem tu, and then you just go online by using Netflix. Okay, so that one example. So this one is the digital disruption. Okay, like I already mentioned, like article intelligence, what are the benefit and the disadvantages, or maybe the limitation of this digitalization, especially for the accounting profession. Okay, because sometimes it can it can provide, it can save the cost, and then it can minimize, okay, the time spent by this accountant, or maybe by the auditor. Okay, and then the second last part is about the risk, okay, especially to the future accountant. Okay, normally if we provide some challenges to the work, okay, because this future accountant, they need to upgrade their skill, their knowledge, okay, and then they need to compete each other, okay, among the colleague, okay, of the in the company, okay, and then it may provide with the instability of the job, okay, and then the working time will be expanded, okay, and then the workload will be increased, okay, and then it will encourage more competition among the employees. And then the last part is about the opportunities, okay, need to be gained, okay, by this future accountant, okay. So by having this digitalization itself, actually it may create more new job, okay, because there is a new name of job relating with the relating with the accounting, okay, like IT auditor, okay, like digital accountant, okay, because that kinds of factors, okay, and then it may reduce the working time, okay, the working hour, and then the work of the auditor will be autonomy, meaning that they need to be more independent, okay, no more relies on the other people, okay, meaning that they need to, because they already have this kinds of IT knowledge, okay, and then it may provide better agronomics, where it may support, okay, in performing with this heavy, dangerous or complex work. So that one, and then the last part, normally it may provide more on gender equality, okay, especially for the woman, okay, especially for the woman. Even nowadays, from my observation, okay, even from my study, in the audit firm itself, actually majority of the employees, they have a balances of the gender, like male and female workers. Okay, thank you. That's all. Alhamdulillah. Okay, Dr. Chitra.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. I hope all participants all here enjoy and attention the presentation from Dr. Salina. And now I will give chance for student first, Doctor.
Okay. So
Any
I need to check
question?
in the chat box. A lot of
Any
questions.
question from,
Or maybe
wait, from any right? No? Okay. Tidak, saya bacakan yang dari chat box ya, Dokter.
boleh Dr. Citra, boleh.
Oke, mungkin malu-malu nih, Dokter.
Oh, malu-malu. Better just
Malu.
unmute your
Okay.
mic. Tak payah malu-malu.
Yeah.
Saya bukan makan.
Ya, oke. Oke, betul. Jadi kalau ada yang nak tanya, boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia, boleh translate ke Dokter Salina. Jadi boleh langsung ya, Dokter ya. Tanya tak di chat box pun boleh. Oke. First ya, kita baca yang dari awal. Ini dari Baiti Rohma, ini student dari IT ya, Dokter ya. Ini ada prodi sistem informasi. atau information system. Question, how do shareholder sniff out fraud from information produced by financial accounting and company management accounting? Maknanya, ini Baiti ada kat sini? Baiti ada? Okey. Yang ditanyakan bagaimana shareholder sniff out fraud ya? Maksudnya mencegah ya?
Bukan, Bu. Bagaimana pemegang
Mengawal.
shareholder itu mengendus kecurangan, begitu.
Oh, mengendus. I see. Jadi, Salina, maksudnya bagaimana kita mendetek awal ya fraud dari informasi yang dihasilkan dari accounting ya atau financial accounting di perusahaan. Jadi
Okay.
mengendus awal itu maknanya mendetection awal dini ya. Awal kita tahu fraud itu sudah ada dari hasil informasi akuntansi yang dihasilkan dari perusahaan.
Okay.
Produce the company. Okay.
Okay, jawapan dia macam ni. Siapa tadi yang bertanya tadi? Adik
Baiti.
Adik Baiti. Okay, so actually adik Baiti adalah IT student, betul? Okay, so IT
Yes.
okay, sorry, saya nak cakap bahasa orang putih pula. Okay, so IT actually they just engage with the IT kan, information technology, maksudnya maklumat tersebut mengguna pakai teknologi. Okay, tapi berbalik kepada dalam accounting. Okay, so accounting adalah maklumat yang berkaitan dengan figure. Okay, figure tu adalah nilai yang telah dicatatkan dalam report of the business. Okay, so macam mana fraud ni, penipuan ni dikenapasi oleh auditor, sebab kita tahu kalau untuk report, financial report tu yang disediakan adalah accountant. Maknanya accountant tu adalah orang dalaman company tersebut. Okay. Tapi auditor dia pula, peranan dia adalah biasanya yang berkaitan dengan financial statement ni adalah auditor ni adalah external auditor, orang luar. Maksudnya company akan lantik external auditor ni untuk menjalankan pemeriksaan ke atas financial statement